Food fillers are an additive used in the meat processing industry that's purpose is to increase the overall weight of a product while keeping the production costs low. Some of your favorite foods that may contain food fillers are hot dogs, sausages, and hamburgers. Now you're probably wondering what type of foods make up food fillers? Well, there's wheat, dry biscuit, cereal, a ton of other things, but most importantly, soy protein. And when I found out that soy protein was a food filler, I wondered, how much tofu, aka soy protein, could I fit into a burger before I thought it was gross? Okay, it's time for the fun part. We gotta make the patties. So I got two things. First, I got some really generic ground beef hamburgers from Winco. These are 73% lean meat and 27% fat. This whole bowl right here is 1.25 pounds. And then over here is tofu. I can tell you weighs much more than 1.25 pounds. And this is a mixture of hard and soft tofu. I was originally gonna do 3 like casings of tofu, but 2 was enough. And I don't know if this is even good. I haven't tried it yet. Ugh, feels like chemical. Okay, so here's the plan. We are going to be putting 1 cup of meat, of ground beef, into these burgers. Now, I'm a little concerned on this one, but we're just gonna do 1 cup of meat, and then we're gonna do our increments of 0, 25, 50. So this next one for 25 is gonna be 3/4 a cup, 1 cup tofu, and then half, and so on. But right now we just gotta make the burger, so I'm gonna do like some really cool, sick, epic montage. Okay, I lied. There is no cool, epic montage. Instead, I'm just gonna tell you what it was like making these patties. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever smelled like straight out of the box tofu that's been sitting in a fridge for 2 hours. It smells really bad. That's all I could say. It smelled bad and it was cold. So the meat was cold and like hard for some reason. The tofu was cold and it just smelled bad. And I tried a piece, ugh, terrible. So 100 here actually looks pretty good. I don't know if you can tell, but it's the closest to an actual burger. No, it is an actual burger. It's literally just a burger. This is pretty cool, like this. However, 25 looks kind of like moldy cheese. It looks kind of gross, but it still has like that patty shape, and it's still firm. Like it might be a little less firm than this, but it doesn't crumble. And from what I can tell, it actually feels like a normal patty. It just looks and smells really bad because of the tofu, because tofu is disgusting. 50 looks like something I'd poop out after having too much habanero sauce at taco time. It's just bumpy, it smells bad, and it feels like a soft poop. 75. Again, we're following this poop theme. It doesn't look very good. It's more like, I don't even know. Do you hear this? It doesn't, oh, ugh. Yeah, this isn't gonna be good. 100% tofu burger patties. Now, I don't know how to make actual tofu burger patties, so I could have done this wrong. This is just straight tofu and it's really soft. It's kind of gross. It reminds me of cat food or gravy or poop. It's really runny, and I found this out when I was mixing the tofu together. When I squeeze it, it like foams out of my hand, and it just makes these noises. Like, can you hear it? Oh, it's really bad. It looks like cottage cheese, but cut. We're done. Okay, for the first time in channel history, we're outside. Right now, we got the grill going. It's full power. It's burning off some of the stuff. We got our meats, and we're gonna grill. It's a little windy, so I don't know how much of this footage I'll actually use. But wait, I already know what you guys are thinking. Why should we even consider using soy protein? to replace a small portion of our hamburgers, or heck, even replace it entirely? Well, I'm going to explain it really quickly. So, number 1, it supports weight loss. Number 2 and 3 and 4, it lowers cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar. It also increases your heart health, so you'll live a little longer if you just maybe eat a little bit more tofu every day. But most importantly, the land space. It saves land space. Did you know that 33% of all croplands in the US are used to feed livestock? That is crazy. And I know there's also some of you guys fearing about the cons. There are no cons. Some people worry about isoflavins, but a lot of what they worry about is proven false or doesn't have much correlation at all. If you guys don't believe me, check out this article. It's called Soy and Health Update Evaluation of the Clinical and Epidemiologic Literature. It's by Mark Messina. I'll link it. It's on NCBI. I'll link it in the description. I'll put it up on the screen. If you don't believe me, just go read it. Anyways, let's try this burger thing. Okay, time for what you guys have been waiting for. Hamburger taste testing. Now, before we eat some of it, there's 2 things I want to say that I noticed while cooking it. Number 1, obviously the tofu is going to take way more time to cook because it is full of water. It won't grill. So, for example, this 100% tofu is still wet. It's still wet and cold. It didn't cook at all. And also, which I thought was strange, the 100% and 75% tofu burgers gave off no smell whatsoever. I thought they would give off like a chemical-y smell because it smelled really bad when I was mixing. But for some reason, it did not smell at all. And you know, the meat ones, the 25 and 100 smelled actually really good. That's enough stalling, I think. I think I should just eat some of this burger. So this is the 100% meat. Now I can already tell it's gonna be dry. Yeah, it's really dry, but just like a burger. It's smoky, it's good. There's no seasoning, because I didn't season any of them. It's really greasy though. It's somehow dry and greasy, which makes no sense to me. Okay, 25%. I'm gonna try to get a good chunk. I didn't mix these all too well, but actually, this part has a good little chunk of tofu in it. And it looks really good. It looks like a steak. The tofu is like white, so it looks like fat, but I'm gonna be disappointed. But let's try it out. Okay. So it's not as dry. It's actually pretty good. It's not dry. It's actually pretty moist, and it tastes like a burger. Wow. Now I did taste a little bit of tofu at the very beginning, but it wasn't enough to do anything, nothing gross. Actually, I like this one. I like the 25% tofu better than the 100% meat, or 0% tofu. Time for the 50%. I really don't want to eat it, but I will, because I love you guys so very much. And please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see interesting things like this. Got 50 down the hatch. It's really wet and soggy, not very hot, flavorless. Doesn't taste like tofu. There's a texture though. It's a weird texture. It's just, It's gross. Tastes like tofu. You know, now I'm actually kind of scared to try 75 because 50 tasted like tofu, but 75 is more tofu than that, and it's not even very well mixed. So let's just actually hope we get something decent. Okay. It tastes like tofu, chemicals, seasoned. No, unseasoned, I mean. It kind of like absorb the fat of the meat. Sounds like greasy tofu. Fucking disgusting. I don't even call. Okay, it's time for the 100. It should taste relatively the same as when I was making the burger. It smells like chemical. Tastes more like chemical. And the smoke kind of brought it out. Final verdict. So, with this 0% tofu, pretty good. It's a standard burger. Really dry though, that's my fault. 25%, honestly, pretty good. I like this better than that one because this one isn't as dry. 50% tofu, it was flavorless, a little greasy, wet. Not the best, but not the worst. 75% tofu, really, really bad. All the grease got soaked up into the tofu instead of going into the grill, making it cook more. Would not ever recommend doing this. 100% tofu is just tofu, but tastes worse. 75 is the worst, don't do it. Goodbye.